Hey guys, Mark Thomas here. Today's a beautiful spring day here in Michigan, and often in the springtime all the snow melts and we get the standing water right here. This normally is always dry throughout the summer, but in the spring I have to deal with this, and today I have a product that I think is going to be beneficial to you guys if you're either landscapers, you run a lawn care business, or a homeowner and you want to move the water out of here so you can stay productive and do some work. Today I'm going to show you an item from the Echo Outdoor Power Equipment line. It's a water pump, the WP-1000. So if you have a day like today where you really can't do any work, you might be able to just pump it out for a little while and then stay productive. All right, so let me grab the water pump. I'll show you all the details of it. And then we're going to fire it up and see how it works. So as I'm taking out of the box, I just want to mention that my years of experience as a home builder, I found a gas water pump to be invaluable because there's often times where we're trying to do some hardscape projects and there's just some water in there, we need to get it out. Or sometimes we're trying to pour the floor for the basement and we just need to get that water out. So a gas pump is the way to go if you want to keep going. Otherwise, you're going to have to wait quite a while. All right, so here's the main unit itself, the Echo WP-1000. It includes this 1-inch suction hose right here. It has an inlet strainer, and this is something else that I bought separate. It's a PVC pump discharge hose. It's 1 inch right there. So there is an adapter on here which would go right here. So if you want to just hook a regular garden hose, you can do that. But I prefer to run the 1-inch hose right here, so you can see 1-inch ID, so that way you can get more volume of water going. So I actually bought 2 of them because I want to pump the water 50 feet. So I want to quick tell you about the specs of the water pump. As you'll see here in the box, the WP-1000 has a 21.2 cc engine for optimum pumping power, self-priming pump with cast iron volute and impeller, pumps up to 27.7 gallons per minute, includes 10 feet of 1-inch suction hose, 2 1-inch nipples, hose clamps, strainer, and 1-inch MPT and 3/4-inch garden hose adapter. All right, let's go to the area where I'm going to set the pump up. So now I'm going to take this 10-foot hose, I'm going to connect it to the inlet right here. The inlet just screws on with a thread right here. This is the end right here I'm going to put in the water. It's recommended that you stick this in some kind of a bucket with holes in it because you don't want to just set that down in the mud and then it sucks all the wet leaves and mud into this and plugs it. So this is what I have. This is a catch basin and I put a broken concrete block in there, so I'm just going to put this underwater, stick the hose in there. Hopefully that works. I guess we're going to get some leaves that go in there. It's inevitable. Alright, so now I have a broken concrete block holding that strainer down, otherwise it wants to float up. All right, let's take a look at this right here. So now I'm tilting it this way because I want it to discharge in that direction right there. So I have a couple of clamps I'm going to put on this, so I'm going to screw it down to this maple right here. So let's clamp that down in the middle right there. And screw this end right here onto the discharge. We're almost ready to go. I just added the mix fuel right here. I like the Echo Red Armor. I typically mix it myself, but I just happen to have this on hand. So I noticed that you do have to tilt this to put the fuel in. Not a big deal, but just something to note. All right, have it clamped down and now the hoses are hooked up. The last thing to do is prime the pump. So I opened that up, took the cap off. Then I'm gonna pour some water in. I'm not putting in fresh water, I'm just finding some water that's around here. All right, when I see it starting to flow out of there, then I know I have it high enough. Oh, I can hear it there. It's right to the top. All right, so to choke it, here's a primer bulb. And this is the throttle. Is there an on-off switch? Oh, there's the on-off switch. There's a little toggle switch on that side, similar to like they have on the chainsaws. Okay, when you hear it sputter, then you take it off choke. You don't have to run at full throttle here. You run it probably about half throttle to draw the water up into it. Slowly coming up to it. Once it gets in there, I'll put it on full. little more than 50 feet, so I have this 2-inch ABS pipe right here. I'm just running that to the ditch right there. And there you can see it discharging. Pretty fair amount coming out. It's gonna fill this ditch and go downhill. So far it's run for about 40 minutes. It was almost empty, so I refilled the fuel tank again. And the ditch is filling up with some water, and I can definitely see where that's dropped down probably at least a good 4 or 5 inches. Let's keep going. Alright, so I've had a chance now to run this for a little while. I ran actually 2.5 tanks of fuel through this. I think each tank's going to get you somewhere like around 45 minutes or so running it on high, and I had a 1-inch hose hooked up right there. So it's really simple to operate. The one thing I recommend when you're done using it is to drain the water out. See, especially in the wintertime, you don't want water to get in there and freeze. So when you're running it, as long as you make sure that nothing gets twisted or pinched, the water should run out just fine. So this concludes my video review of the Echo WP-1000 water pump. It definitely did a great job for me. I do want to mention that this is the entry size level of gas water pump, so just be aware of that. If you're needing to move a really high volume of water, then make sure that you see like the gallons per minute, the rating, if it's enough for the type of applications that you're looking for. But if you're a landscaper, a hardscaper, or builder, I could see this coming really handy for those types of projects where you want to keep working in the springtime when you have some inclement weather and some flooding. So hopefully this video has been able to help you decide whether or not this is the right tool for you. All right, friends, thanks for watching. See you next time.